Yay, you press play. Now put your fucking phone down. Okay, no more phone while you're driving, and everyone's gonna be okay. Everyone's gonna be fine. Cool. That's that. Now, let's start the episode of this podcast. Fair enough? Cool. Hey, I saw you look at your phone. Don't do that again. Okay, now we'll start. Welcome to Board While Driving, and thank you for listening. If you're wondering how to listen on another app or another platform, perhaps the one you're listening on currently, just go to www.boardwhiledriving.com and you can find all the links to where this podcast is available. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Today we watch Season 3, Episode 10, the season finale of Game of Thrones, Mhysa, directed by David Nutter and written by David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. Joffrey challenges Tywin, Bran tells a ghost story, in Dragonstone, Mercy comes from strange quarters, and Dany waits to see if she is a conqueror or a liberator. This is going to be the end of Season 3, and thanks for sticking along for the ride, and thanks for listening. Catch us on Cash Funny Gang and at Board While Driving on Instagram and Twitter. All right.
You don't love Daenerys anymore?
No.
What?
It's just she's too
How
much.
could you not after that awesome Lion King ending?
No, she's a I don't. No, I'm good. It's like it was too much. It was. I feel like those people just.
They're definitely on the bandwagon.
Dude, yeah, they're the bandwagon.
They're bandwagon fans.
Yeah, like
they haven't been there since day one, bruh.
Like the Unsullied dudes. Yeah, they're useful. These ones are not. These people.
These are just
are not useful.
These are just common slaves. Okay, we need skilled slaves.
Warriors. Well, we don't know what their. Actually, we don't know what their occupations are.
They're just regular slaves. They're just
But that
bought and
is
sold, and their owners tell them what to do. So some owners are in, shipping.
Yeah, but now they're free. So now she has to.
So now they just follow her. They're basically just groupies, bruh.
They are. This was a bad city to get people.
Alright, so something that doesn't get a lot of screen time, just because you don't really get to see it that often, just because you're usually only dealing with Daenerys. But you have to remember, outside of her tent and outside of her shit, there's all of these people, 8,000 Unsullied, fucking her pitiful amount of Dothraki she has left. Now all of these people, cities and cities of people she's freeing at this point. That's 2, right? And in the books it's obviously a lot more. They don't even come close in the show, but
Okay.
What's funny in the books is it takes. That's why her everyone kind of gets this feeling around this time where everyone's oh, I'm kind of done with this Daenerys shit, with this, because she just goes around just basically just collecting groupies and hordes of people, and it's at times where it's it takes, in the books there's a much more clear definitions of time, but it's always unknown when other people know information, because you only get certain people's perspective.
Yeah.
So at you, there's 50 characters, and you only get 20 perspective, and it's a who's clue of fill in the blank information of all what you get. And so, her shit in the books takes forever when she's going free. These are only 2. It shows 2 cities. There's a lot more that she goes to in the books, and it takes forever for her character to do anything, because she's just constantly having to now these people are dying from famine and because we're just walking all the time to new places and feeding their people and like getting them and like, oh, now we have more people we have to take care of. And,
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm thinking. It's I'm like, now you got more people to like.
It's a
responsibility.
Honestly, it's a logistics nightmare, and it breeds a plague that in the books hasn't been solved yet, but in the show they don't even mention it. So like that's not even, it's a non-spoiler because it has nothing to do with anything.
Okay, so what I'm concerned now with is like
it's just funny because she literally gets so many useless people together
Yeah,
that
it
spurns a plague that reaches the other side of the world. It's insane.
And she's yeah, you can't get the commons because now she's pretty much going to war. Okay. And that's why she needed the soldiers, you know. So this is just more people.
The fucking silly, bro.
Yeah, but see, like they
Worked
have
out.
skills.
And now she has the second sons, 2,000 of them, and 2,000 more untrained, unsullied. So she's got like 15,000.
What's the second sons? Those slave dudes?
No, Dario, the horse face, the guy you don't like. Dario Naharis.
Oh, there's 2,000 of those guys.
Yeah, second sons. They're a mercenary group. They're paid to defend. You buy them.
But you would
they sell
think that
swords.
there's only like 4, and he killed like 2 of them. Anyway,
but they command to that. That's what I'm saying. You only get to see what's happening in the command tents, but you have to remember what's like. This is a real life playing out, so you have to remember that there's presumably 2,000 other people.
yeah.
You know, and you only ever get to see it in like those big sweeping establishing shots, like the first scene I think the first scene in episode 1 of this season, where Jon Snow and Ygritte are overlooking the king in the north, or I'm sorry, king beyond the wall, the camp that they have, 100,000 people, 100,000 wildlings, so supposedly. And you see like the whole camp in the valley. Remember that scene? No? Well, it's in there.
Oh yeah.
And it's only in those like scenes like where they only like do those establishing things that you get to kind of like see. Oh yeah, right. There is this many people, but it's like most of the time you just spend intense scheming.
Okay, well.
And in halls.
Yeah, I'm just like
amongst flowers.
And now she has more like, you know, now pretend she has a business. Now she has to take care of like these people, and then these people.
Yeah,
they're not really doing anything to.
It gets real annoying, but thankfully they don't spend a forever amount of time worrying about that in the show. So you don't have to. I mean, yeah, you're right. In the back of your mind, it is like a logistical nightmare, and it will like present problems. But
I will say also.
I mean, at the end of the day, she's freeing these people. You know, like it's a good thing, right?
I will say also that Joffrey just continues to wow me on how awful he is.
I like how like the first thing that you see from him is he's like giggling and excited, and Tyrion like pretty much just says what's on all our minds, like, oh, you're happy, like kill a bunch of puppies today. like that must be it. And of course like it's worse. And fucking Robb Stark and his mom are dead, and fucking the first thing on his mind is tell him thank you and tell Walder Frey to send Robb Stark's head. And I'm going to serve it to Sansa at my wedding. That is what I want at my wedding. That will bring me the most enjoyment on my happiest of days. The only thing that would make my happiest of days better than any other happiest of days would be if I could serve Sansa Stark her brother's head.
And then
at the dinner.
And then the guy goes, you're joking. No, I'm not.
No, I'm fucking.
No, I'm not joking. You're a psychopath, sir. What? How does no one told you this?
Yeah, he's fucked in the head, that Joffrey.
Oh, I'm the king. I'm like, alright, fucking chill the fuck out, dude. And you're not. He's a Lannister.
And then John made it back to Castle Black.
After that breakup scene, that you love me, and I love you, but I have to go home. And then Q, pretty much 90s like Dawson's Creek. You could have just played that. and then just arrows.
Yeah, that is like a very powerful breakup.
Do you think she like missed crucial arteries on purpose, or just was like, all right, if I hit anything, I'll just hit it. You know, I'm not gonna aim very well, but whatever.
The first shot, I don't know, but the other two shots, he was moving, so.
I'm just happy she didn't get the horse. I was like, good, his leg was in the way. Didn't get the horse.
Man, horses be dying out here, man. You gotta be protecting these horses.
All those horse heads and the other. Oh. Anyway. What else happened? Oh, just Arya now is just double just mind blown.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much what it was. Basically, she saw
her
Grey Wind's head on top of Robb Stark's body and just snapped. And now she's like a soulless, murdering child.
Yeah, but very like smart about it too.
Well, that's what's scary.
Yeah, she's like Chucky doll. Like when people look at her like, oh, she's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
And then
she like
shanking, just prison shanking the neck. Like what is
the guy's
happening?
bleeding out hard, dude. And like oh
I'm
man.
just gonna shank as many times.
And then she just stands up, soulless, just watching, savoring, not even feeling.
Well, I mean, she saw her dad get his head cut off, and then her brother get
right before she was
and
supposed to be reunited. Yeah.
And the mom.
Yeah, the mom.
So basically, she triple. That's a triple. It's like, okay, well.
At this point, she's seen the mountain torture people with rats. At this point, she does not give a fuck. And the Hound is just like, it's so funny, cause like,
why does the Hound need? Oh, just to sell her.
Well, at this point, I don't know what he's gonna do with her.
Even though like she pretty much told him one day, I'm going to murder you. Oh, and then he just plays it off like, okay. Even though he wants to kill like an old man for sure, because he was gonna snitch. He lets the actual threat slide, like just said to his face, rather than
yeah, right.
Like, no, I won't say anything. Yeah, you will, and then
yeah. It's funny, but that's what you get for being highborn.
I guess just not get murdered.
It's scary how like easily Arya's like acting, like she's got that voice. Like, oh, can I be by the fire? I'm hungry. I have money here. And then like just, and then she's just blank faced. Knowing full well the Hound is gonna come in and just murk the other three.
Yeah.
Like, she's basically just like, I know how to murder. I don't need to be good at murder. Like, I don't need to be good at sword fighting because I have a hound.
Why'd she say that's her first kill?
She was being devious. Is that your first kill?
No,
and then she was like, first kill. And like what a novel idea.
No, she said first man.
Oh, first man.
So is it the first man? Because I remember the first person she killed was a boy.
Yeah.
And it was like pure accident.
Yeah.
And then did she have another kill after that? I don't remember. Like it's probably another accidental.
No,
I think that was the second.
No, she killed. She didn't kill somebody. Oh no.
She had people killed by the guy.
Yeah, by Valor Morgulis guy.
Yeah.
Didn't she help for one of them? No, I guess not. Yeah. She didn't kill anybody at Harrenhal? Could have sworn she like murked somebody. Maybe this was the next kill. So yeah.
Do they ever go to the land where what do we tell Death when he comes to visit or something like that?
What did you say?
What's that thing? It's like, what do we tell the god of death? Not today.
Yeah. That's Sirio Pharrell.
Yeah, so where did they go to? Whatever, like him and the other dude that changes faces is from.
Bravos?
Huh?
Bravos?
Yeah.
When did they go there?
Did they ever go there in this?
Bravos is mentioned numerous times. So like Cersei or Tyrion mentions Bravos when he takes over the Master of Coin books from Littlefinger, and he's going through them, and he's like, we owe the Iron Bank of Bravos a lot of money. Like, the crown owes, he basically says like, the crown owes my father, the Lannisters, like 2 million crowns or whatever, but we owe the fucking Iron Bank much more than that. That's what the real, and the Iron Bank of Bravos, like they said, or like he says, is like the sort of like movers and shakers of the world because of how powerful the bank is. And if you don't pay on your debt, then they will just fund your enemies and supplant you. And that's kind of their thing. And then, of course, it's also the home of the Faceless Men. They're headquartered in Bravos. There's a banker, actually, that you end up meeting at some point.
Oh, and then the other, I thought, funny part was when Jamie comes and he's just, yeah.
Oh, right, Jamie.
Like, he couldn't have done something else. Like,
Yeah,
maybe
he
not,
basically
like,
just
presented himself
he
right
basically
away.
just came in and
Maybe
was
had a
like,
slow reveal.
What's up? Guess who's never getting fingered again? He's ready for that stump blast. Oh, right. It's twincest.
And then imagine Jamie, could you give me a hand?
Wow.
It's just now. Oh, I just realized.
What?
Get just another. It's gonna have to. It's a roast battle at this point, because what's his name? Tyrion. Always getting called half man, half imp, whatever. And then we got Dickless dude, Lord, and now there's two Dickless dudes.
Varys.
But I'm gonna call that dude Reek as well. Because he's an idiot. He sort of like did it to himself.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
pretty
it was
much
all his choice. He chose that. He betrayed he killed 2 innocent children, like burned them. So, just get the dick off.
Yeah, and then so yeah, you basically get that reveal this episode that it's Ramsay Bolton, the bastard of Roose Bolton, who traded for Theon Greyjoy and then killed the Iron Islanders, even though they said they would let him go, and then he's been torturing Theon ever since, and now he has given him a new identity as Reek, because he stinks.
Well, I mean, he hasn't taken a shower in quite some time.
Yeah, he's been a bit busy. What else?
I think that's it. And then sister's gonna go get him.
This is just gonna save the day. Dun, 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 set and sail. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah, so anyway, it was gonna be like a roast battle between Jamie, Lord Dickless, and I don't know his name.
The imp. The imp.
No, Tyrion.
Dickless.
I'll remember his name.
Jamie. And
Now Jamie was added, and then the other Littlefinger.
oh no.
It'll just be like a roast battle. Unless Jamie's pretty new, so maybe he's not good at it. Like, cause he can't like roll with the punches, whereas everyone else is like lifelong. Not lifelong, but
They're just fucking vets in the
yeah,
game.
they develop like extra thick skin by just they know what they're gonna start making fun of first. If they make fun of the obvious first, I feel like that's kind of a weak move. Like, I think you could be better than that as your first. And if you do bring that, make sure it's like a vicious, like you can't beat down. Oh, half man. See, that's not good enough. You gotta hit him with something like I can't. But they have yet to be in the same room. Oh, he did go to. Lord Dickless did go to that girl though.
I can't.
That's what he is. Like, I don't know what his name is.
It's Varys.
Varys.
It's Varys.
It's so close to Dickless though.
It's not anywhere
It
close.
changed a D to a B, which
Oh my god.
makes sense.
Oh,
Anyway.
so funny.
He just goes to that. What's it? The handmaiden.
Shay.
Shay. There's only one way I'll remember Shay. It's like O'Shea Jackson, which is Ice Cube, by the way.
I know who that is.
O'Shea Jackson. So, or I'll just call it O'Shea. That's fine, because that's easier.
Oh,
Don't know why, but it's easier.
Oh my god.
So she goes. Actually, I'll remember it now, but later. So he goes to Shay. He goes to Shay. It's like, here's diamonds. I'll buy you a big house. Are you like? Did you see the amount? That's nothing.
It's full of diamonds, each one worth a castle.
And who does it belong to?
What, diamonds?
Yeah.
They're just like...
No, are they Tyrion's diamonds?
That's what she assumes. That Tyrion gave the diamonds to Varys to give to her.
Oh, I know.
And basically like try to like, you know, convince her to leave.
Okay, so what's really happening is Varys did that on purpose, knowing that she was gonna do that, and then now has like an extra thing he knows, like extra drama. Like that's what he does. He just collects drama. Like he collects secrets.
So you think he's out there staging secrets?
Yeah. Think about it. Think how much it's worth to him.
I can't.
What do you mean? I feel like that's what he does.
That is, but what purpose would the secret of like just knowing that she's like mad at him? Like,
he knew he was gonna lose the diamonds.
but if Tyrion did tell Varys?
If he did, then I'm
No, but if he did tell Varys and Shay guesses correctly, then Varys, what do you think Varys' next move would be? Okay, I'm sorry. If Tyrion didn't tell, and it was Varys' own making, right? And he knew she was gonna react that way because he's the master of secrets, and he just is tweaking the webs like a little spider.
Yeah, I guess.
And but to what end? Because now all she's gonna do is what?
I honestly
be short with him.
I think.
Do you think he was lying when he was saying all those nice things about him?
I think he's just doing that for like pleasure, because obviously he can't have other ways of pleasure. So he's just like,
oh,
I'm gonna this is my pleasure, just causing drama.
Oh my god.
That's pretty much all he does. Him and Littlefinger for sure. Littlefinger has a motive at the end to become a king or whatever.
Just like the most powerful person in the realm.
Yeah. So he does have a motive, but I don't think Varys has like a specific, or he hasn't said anything. I think he just likes his place.
Varys has said something. What
does he want to be?
When Ned Stark asked Varys when he was locked up in the dungeon before he got his head chopped off.
And what did he say?
He goes, "Who do you serve?" He asks Varys straight to his face. And Varys and Ned Stark sort of had a rapport of honesty with each other.
Yeah, and then what did they say?
And he goes, "The realm."
Okay.
Some people serve this lord or that lord, and
And he serves the realm.
But he serves the good of the realm, because while all the highborn are bickering amongst who gets to rule, the lowborn die. So that's where he was from. He was lowborn. That's why when he's talking to Shay, he's always like, people like me and you, we try to fit in, but we never will. We come from a different, upbringing. These people will never understand the way that because they grew up in Essos, so in like these slave cities that like Daenerys is freeing.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. That's
So
why,
she
like,
was
that's
from-
why they're all like, Mhysa,
She was from Mhysa land?
No, but, like, that's that side of the world. Like,
Mhysa.
not from that city. That city's name is
Mhysa.
Okay, so where
would've
where
been-
Daenerys is right now is called Slaver's Bay, and it is the
Yes.
breeding ground for slaves in Essos. Essos has free cities and slave cities. There are free cities like Bravos and Pentos that don't have slaves. They have servants and they have royalty, and they're ruled by different styles of government. But pretty much every city is its own autonomy because
Like its
Essos
own
is
country.
sort of, kind of,
Whereas,
yeah.
like,
They have its city.
Westeros is like the United States. There's like a capital and blah, blah,
And
blah.
like everyone works together, and like food from the south goes to people in the north,
Yeah,
and like they
yeah.
kind of spread and share resources and like fight each other's wars and shit, and all that good stuff. But the Essos is, a much older, traditionally derived land, and it's much bigger with much more varied ethnicities of people. In the deep south of the Summer Isles, you have people, that we would attribute to being African in heritage, like the guy from Karth, Zaran Zaxos, I forget his name. The guy that got locked in the safe.
Oh yeah.
And then you
But there's
get
another dude.
Then you get like Middle Eastern kind of looking, Arabic kind
Yeah.
of leaning.
They
The
do
Dothraki are much more Native American almost, and maybe even Hun like in their
like Samoan.
derivative.
Samoan.
No, Hun. Like, what's that dude's name? What's that dude's name?
What's the
Genghis Khan.
Mongolian.
Mongol, yeah, like much more like that in like derivative. So anyway, you have all these cities, and some are free and some are slave, but the slave ones need a mark. They each have their own sort of like specialty. Well, Slaver's Bay is pretty much the breeding ground for slaves. It has Astapor, which breeds Unsullied, the war-fighting ones.
Mm-hmm.
It has Yunkai, which breeds pretty much just your basic everyday slaves. Like they're pretty much just slaves.
Okay.
Like they breed the world slaves, and then they ship them out, and everyone else kind of like teaches them like whatever ones that city's good at.
Okay.
And then there's more cities in Slaver's Bay, but I'm not gonna get into that because she hasn't gotten anywhere further than that.
Okay, I think we're done with that.
But yeah. So yeah, that's why Varys tells Shay to like leave, and it's funny that you think like one, you're worried about Jaime's ability to hang in there with the roast masters. Like you better be ready. Don't be coming in there with that weak shit.
Yeah.
Like
There needs to be like today.
because they're gonna be coming in there calling you like stumpy big shit.
This episode, the best roast happened at the dinner table where Joffrey just decides, hey, I'm just gonna serve his head to Sansa, which is anyway. But Tyrion just roasting him, and then the dad roasting also. It does, like,
Putting him in his place.
oh, also give him some of that. I forgot to make him sleep.
Essence of that shit.
Yeah, that. Give him some potion to help him sleep. And Joffrey just, I am king. People who say they are king all the time aren't really a king.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
And he can't make it, Joffrey, obviously, and face burns.
No.
Because he gets burned all the time.
Burns. How will I have my army or my kingsguard murder you? Some little bitch.
This is treason. You don't talk to the kid that
I like the way that Tyrion and his dad talk to each other. Because Tyrion's like always like being so sarcastic. Big time is like, do I need to explain to you how a family gets an heir? And he's like, use small words. I'm not as smart as you. I'm like,
the waves were gonna take you.
Well, thanks. You should have not told me that.
wow,
Just kept it to your brain.
wow. Is that what you kept me in here to say? You let everyone else leave. You just wanted to make sure I knew that. Okay, great. Thanks, Dad.
Just
Alright, good. Glad everyone's having a good day. We're going to get some of that potion. Go